Riverbend Talent on the Big Z, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company and by Mr. Mad Van Vorst of the Stubblefield Band, of Mr. Donut of Town Club, and that's all his buddies that he gives his advertising to. He could tell you that he'd sell you some insurance, and he does work with Macias Insurance, but he'd rather tell you that Mr. Donut's his friend.
Well, and biscuits and gravy for $3. I mean, when are you going to get like a breakfast for $3?
Man, that microphone's terrible. But I'm working on it.
Is it all?
Yeah, now you're on.
Is it loud? Is it quiet?
You can talk about your biscuits and gravy now.
I'm just saying, that's some good gravy, man.
But I want to mention, this is airing on the 28th, right? This is a pre-recorded interview, and as of the recording, Grand Pagano is underway at George's local brew in Jerseyville.
If we were correct 3 weeks ago.
And Lanny and Julie will be at the Prairie Inn in Dorsey.
That's for sure.
This evening.
That's for sure happening this evening. I was there.
And Coolaverse is tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We love our Coolaverse down at the, and guess who's playing?
Who's that?
Hope and Therapy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my
nice.
buddy
You don't see them.
I know.
Right, we don't see them a lot. I saw them last winter at the Mineral Springs, the Jamming at the Springs show, and I haven't seen them again since. So.
And Lazy Lester with some of the guys from Crazy Chester.
Yeah.
They're playing at the 501 Blues Club in Highland on Friday night.
501 Blues Club.
Yeah.
Nice place.
Is that, you guys know that place?
I've been there.
Who are these guys?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I'm just going to
I don't
talk.
know.
It's
I don't know
confusing.
that place. Yeah.
We could introduce them two different ways.
They do something with chickens over there, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Okay. we got to introduce them now because I got to know about the chickens.
Yeah.
So we've got the band BC Homegrown in. Now we're going to find out that it's also a couple of other bands sort of happening here. Screaming Eagle Jam Band, all that. But let's just introduce right off the bat, directly across from me, we got Brad, guitarist, vocalist.
Hello.
We've got Chuck playing the bass over there.
How you doing?
I'm supposed to tell you both from Jeff Bensman that he is the original lead guitar.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We know that.
Meganje.
And directly to my left, we have Dave, who says he's not in the band, but I'm going to say he's the Robert Hunter of the band.
Salam alaikum. I don't think so.
I'm going to say he's the Robert Hunter of the band.
If you've ever seen the Screaming Eagles Jam Band, you've probably talked to Dave.
Oh, yeah.
So as you were reading the gigs, you said a club, the 501 Blues Club, and Dave says that's a good club, and I immediately want to go, oh wow, tell me about the club, but now I just want to know about the chickens. More than anything, because Brad said, "Oh, they got chickens."
Well, what are you going to do? I mean, you're in the Midwest. It's a lot of corn everywhere. You got chickens. You got to do something with them.
So they're not just serving chickens.
I'm not saying what they do with the chickens. I'm saying they do something.
I said pluck the chicken.
Well, I say choke the chicken.
Well, it's close.
All right.
It's close.
Let's just choke the chicken.
That rhymes with
Chicken
pluck.
need a choke.
Chicken do.
So this club, real quick before we jump back and figure out what else is happening Friday night.
We're Lazy Lester's playing.
501 Blues Club, where Lazy Lester's playing Friday night
In Highland.
In Highland, in Illinois.
Yes.
Tell us about that. You said that's a good club.
It's a very good club. It's good acoustics. It's a nice place. Got great food.
Really? Okay.
So
Important.
And-
yeah. Oh,
Is it kind of a
yeah.
nightclub place, or is it more of a bar and grill type joint?
It's more of a bar and grill.
Okay.
But, I mean, but
Okay.
it's got a lot of ambiance to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Coloring
They
and stuff.
have girls like in the cages.
Gives
that
you a warm,
dance and
fuzzy
stuff
feeling.
like that kind of
Warm,
thing.
fuzzy
I
feeling.
hope so.
Just that warm, fuzzy.
That's gone by the wayside. I think they should bring it back.
Yeah, not in my mind. It hasn't.
I did.
The
Oh.
girls that dance in the cages, like,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, you need to have that.
You know, now they got them on poles.
Everybody.
Yeah, and they can run away when they're caged.
Run away
They
from
can't.
both, right.
They're in a cage, you know. Like if I don't have some chloroform, I gotta have them caged.
Throw food up there.
They be calling you Jeff. Yeah, Jeff Ray.
So the 501 Club, they have Lazy Lester's playing there. They have bands there regularly, Mr. Dave?
I don't know. Like I said, I went there one time with my fiance. She tends to take me out socially,
Yeah.
and regrets it every time.
I
But
can imagine.
yeah, we've been there, and it was nice. They got good food.
I always like it when we're talking about clubs and I hear somebody, our bands, and I hear somebody in the studio, oh, I like those guys, or I like that place. Because, like, okay, tell me why.
Oh, yeah. If you go to
Yeah,
501,
because I've never been
nice.
there before. I don't go to Highland.
Right,
It's
yeah.
pretty nice.
Yeah, I haven't been allowed in Highland for years.
Yeah, man, right.
It started with the Piggly Wiggly, then the whole
Oh,
time.
yeah.
They're all there.
See, there you go. Should have been
Well,
chicken.
Right.
If it was chicken, you'd have been fine.
Yeah.
To me, everywhere I go is Highland.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I stole his joke. He's bumming. He wish he had that joke. He wants that joke.
It worked.
Stupid.
You had a moment there.
Okay. Screaming Eagles Jam Band / BC Homegrown is where we're going.
I keep wanting to say BC Seeds. Because
So you
I've
guys-
ordered a lot of seeds from BC Seeds over the years.
So you guys,
They're kind of the same.
part of BC Homegrown is Screaming Eagles Jam Band.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where BC Homegrown came from.
Yeah. The
Because
Screaming
you guys invite people up on stage. So I'm sure this lineup actually has played as a Screaming Eagles Jam band.
Undoubtedly,
Right,
yeah. And it is a jam band. I mean, we actually have always been good about whoever you're in the audience, you play, come on up. We'll throw you in there.
They even let me play Big Ben.
You did great, by the way. You did fantastic.
Anytime, brother.
We're all about
Hey,
that.
I tell you what, he's better than Ozzy Osbourne when it comes to it. I'll tell you, Ozzy, wherever you're at, dude.
You're a selfish lover, Ozzy.
Yeah, gotcha. The dude's lyric can wail it, man. I'm telling you. Yes, he
I
can.
thought I was going to guess that you did White Rabbit.
Yeah,
I
I could have. I could
Boy,
have.
he's
I was
good.
just getting ready to say, did you do White Rabbit?
No. Binsman was there. And he's like, you got
Ian
it.
Binsman?
Very last song's got to be War Pigs. And then,
Yes.
you know,
I was in love.
are you
after that.
serious? War Pigs? You know, it's like, you know, that's not just the easiest song to, you know,
There's a
play.
lot to that song.
So we decided Paranoid would be the smarter
I
way.
thought you were going to say Fairies
War
with
Pigs is a lot
See, I
of
keep
parts
guessing.
of War Pigs.
Just keep guessing wrong, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Guessing wrong.
So now you're up to date, Pigpen. I know you're such a intuitive journalist.
He brought it all out there.
Right.
Yes, I take my journalism very seriously.
We've mentioned Screaming Eagles Jam Band quite a few times over the years. And so how does BC Homegrown come out of that? Now you tell the story, not me.
Okay, well, so Screaming Eagles Jam Band has been really a cover band, just really focused on just doing bar gigs. And so at some point in time, you know, you just have the desire to create your own version of stuff, you know, your own music. And so that's what BC Homegrown came out of that. It came out of the idea of trying to do something truly original. Don't see many people doing that locally. I'm sure there are people that do it. You don't hear about it much. There's a lot of tribute bands, right? Tribute bands are everywhere.
Right.
That's just a cover band that just focuses on, you know.
Right.
I wanted to do something that was original, totally original music. And so I was fortunate, actually, enough to get guys like Jeff Binsman and Chuck Hirschberg, Larry Vandiver, get these kind of guys that were in other bands, actually, all in other bands, to come into my little basement abode there and, you know, do a little bit of the breathing in the herbal essences of whatever we have to do and create some music. And so we worked for 7-8 months on some original songs and went to Kansas City and recorded an album and thought, you know, why don't we just keep taking it? Let's see where it goes. So we're looking at gigs and doing other kind of things. And so, I'd love for people to hear our album.
All right, so I got a question in this as to how this all played out, and it's just my journalistic intuition. Didn't say with a straight
He always says that to me.
No, I can say so. If I heard correctly, the Screaming Eagles Jam Band, you kind of got a core group, but it's sort of also a pickup band where you don't know who's going to show up, or an audience member can show up,
That can happen.
and you don't necessarily have exactly the same lineup each time.
Well, so we're kind of moving to a place where more so it's going to be. It really
But
is.
in the days before,
It has always been that. Absolutely. Yeah.
So when you come up with this thing, oh, we want to create, we want to do this. a pickup band's hard to create with. So you have to solidify these members and go, look, if we're going to write, we need to
takes a lot of
take a
lot of
couple
commitment,
guys that are going to do it, or guys, gals,
passion.
And so I could see where you say, okay, we need to start a whole new band, because we don't want to mess with a Screaming Eagles jam band. It's fun. We don't know who's going to show up.
Right.
Hopefully, one of the good Bensmans will show up. And
With the band bins.
So anyhow,
Yeah, you get a big police blotter with the band bins.
so I can see, like I say, with a pickup style band, once you decide we're going to do something original, you go, man, we need like the same guys working on this all the time.
You do.
To make it
Absolutely.
because it's, especially if some people think of jam and they're just like Smuckers. When I think of jam, I think of open space that you're filling with notes that we're all maybe playing in the same key or whatever, but nobody knows it's jazz, man. No one knows what's coming next, and so the way that you sort of make that happen, as far as I know, is you learn the tune, you have the song, everyone knows the tune, but we're not all playing it like we did yesterday.
Right.
We're not all playing it like we're going to in 5 minutes from now.
That's
and
true.
nobody knows for sure. And you can't, it's hard to accomplish that sort of freedom in playing if you're not hitting the same, especially where it's easier to do with the cover tune, because you know the tune. You've heard it since the 70s, man. But when you just wrote the tune, now you've got to get everybody to know the tune.
Well, we really want to do it through true collaboration. Like, he owns his part. We come up with the bones for a song and say, make your part, and you make your part, and it's true. You end up with something really cool, because everybody comes from a different background musically, and so you could prescribe the music and have everything dialed out, or you could say, you know what, here's the bones of something. Let's see what putting 5 shitheads like us in the room together. It only took me 5 minutes. I see the clock. Yeah. But anyway, put 5 of us in a room together and see what happens, and what we can come up with. And usually it's something pretty cool.
Well, you say you all come from different musical backgrounds. We were talking about the Dead earlier. In addition to Owsley, who was financing it all, one of the things that made it so magical is that they all came from different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
You got gospel, you got classical, you got rock and roll, and then you throw Ken Kesey in, giving them their first job, going, okay, so you're going to play the electric Kool-Aid acid test. Only play if you feel like it, and don't pander to the audience. Just play what you feel. Bobby Weir told me. I asked Bobby Weir about that when I got to meet him. He said it was the greatest gig ever offered. How can you have a better gig than you get paid no matter what you do, and only play if you feel like it, and only play what you feel. Don't play the hits because the kids want to dance to them. Make them feel something.
Right.
That's like it gave the perfect storm for this, thing to happen. It doesn't happen when everybody is from the same background, because you don't have those influences. So
that's right.
You love to see everything mix and dance together and come out as a new protein
but
shake.
It was chancy though, right? It's you're taking on faith that the talent is here.
Yes.
And if we can capture a moment, then you're going to come up with something that you didn't expect, and that could be something really cool. And that's what I like about it. And that's what I like about doing it. But me personally, I'm ready to get back in the studio. I just want to record. I like recording.
Yeah, it's like a tattoo. Once you get one, you can't stop getting
It's
it.
just what I like to do. Just to do that.
The tendency with a drug collection is to push it. Oh, wait a minute. What are we talking about?
Yeah. But you're right, man.
Yeah,
I lost track.
It's addictive, and especially if you've been doing it at your house and then you go in a real studio and like, wow.
Oh yeah, this studio was really nice out in Kansas City. Cypress Sound Studio, fantastic.
There's like everything though. There's the good and the bad with that, because when you go into a big professional studio, you got guys kind of telling you what to do and where to go, and now you got so many hours, and this costing $500 an hour.
Yeah, you're on the clock,
And the one thing about the home studio is, you're not getting the beautiful, perfect sound. You don't have the $10,000 microphone just to pick up the harmonica just right.
You know what else
But
you're
you
not
got
getting
time.
home? Else you're not getting home? The same engineer who did Bone, Stud, and Harmony.
No, that's right. He's not there.
Gold records.
He's not at the house.
Platinum records.
Yeah.
And that's where you guys went, Cypress Sound, right?
Cypress Sound, yeah.
What took you there?
That's an excellent story. So I got a place in the Ozarks that I go to quite a bit, and we like to cut up we go to the bar, pub crawls and things, and we always like to get people involved. So we're doing trivia across tables. And this table next to me, music seemed to be a common theme. So I started talking to the dude, him and his wife, and I was with my wife, and he goes, "John, I got a studio out in Kansas City." And I was, "Really?" And he goes, "John, give you your card." I said, "Okay." And that was it. I mean, that's literally that random. Just some other dude drunk at a bar next to me drunk at a bar, and he had a card.
Owns a studio.
And I thought, he probably thought, well, never, whatever. Here's my card, you know.
Yeah.
I remembered it because I knew it's like I want to do an album, you know. And so I got to check it into him, and he wasn't Aaron, the guy that did the engineering. He's the guy that owns. He was the entrepreneur.
This
was the guy, Bob Bibb.
He's the money man.
Bob owns.
Bob.
He owns the
Bob
thing.
Bibb.
And then when I met Aaron, though, I was like, man, I just fell in love with the guy.
So Aaron was the engineer?
Aaron Conner,
Aaron Conner.
Great guy.
And so who was he engineer / producer? Or
Yeah, well, he really was. He directed traffic a lot and really helped, especially in the mixing, you know, when the final stages of things. He definitely did a lot of production type work to really bring the recording into
He actually stepped up more than we had to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he actually. I tell you what, when we went, we drove there. We're going to be there 4 days, right? And we're going to play. They said the best. We're hoping that you can get 4 songs recorded. Well, as we got going, we ended up doing 9 songs.
We were probably 4 hours into the first day. He goes, "I think we can go further."
Yeah.
We were prepared.
Now,
which
Great
further is
musician.
not a place, that is a bus, but I understand what you mean.
And
so he was already pumped on it already after listening to it a while.
And back to Pigman's point. So you got the home studio where you spend hours and hours
We did.
and hours
Woodshed.
perfecting
Yeah.
things, and then you take it to another guy and go, okay, what can we do with this?
Right.
Right.
And so you get the best of both worlds.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we
And
did.
you saved money because you did all that work.
Well, that's
before you got it.
absolutely
Yeah.
right.
And he actually said, I'm telling you, when they were recording during the 4 days, I have no talent. So I'm in the control room with the engineers, right?
Doing your talent talk.
Doing mine, just talking, giving them a hard time, whatever. And I turned a few knobs to let them know so they thought I might know something.
Yeah.
And
They were muted.
That's what he
Yeah,
did. You know,
Yeah.
no, not that knob. No,
right,
touch that
I
knob.
got to touch his stuff. But anyway, as we got going,
Big red one. Don't touch that.
I guess Puddle of Mud had just been in. Puddle of Mud had just been in at
Yeah,
the
did their
studio.
latest album there.
Nice.
And they just did their latest album there. And about halfway through the first day, he looked over at me and he goes, "You guys are the most well-prepared band that's come in a long time here." And I looked at him and I go, "Well, what about Puddle of Mud? They were just here." And he said, "That's like herding cats. You know, that's like herding cats, man. You guys got it completely down."
But we're old. What else we got to do?
So,
you know?
so some of this, I believe, comes back to this magical word jam.
Mhm.
And so some bands, and I'm not saying Puddle of Mud is one of them, I don't know,
Yeah.
but there are bands that have learned a song a certain way, and that's how they play this song. And if they don't do it that certain way, it's wrong, and they're trying very hard to create this thing they thought up one day. And when you're jamming, you're just playing, man. And if you miss the mark, it's okay. You just make it work, man. That wasn't what was in my head, but you know, I'm going to do it next time around, and people think I meant to do it. You know, and it's not just a freedom of okay, we're not locked into this regimented thing, but it also gives you that comfortability that I don't have to do it this exact. I'm not shooting for this carbon copy, and if I mess it up, well, let's start all over. Can you punch me in right there for 2 seconds? You know, or whatever's going on.
Yeah.
And I think the jam bands and jazz type bands tend to record easier because they're just playing, man. They're just
Well, that's right. And I think
Yeah,
too,
but
you
I'd never take a Rush album off.
No.
I'm just saying. And they sat there and redid it and redid it.
They're
Yeah.
tight. Yeah.
You know, it
Believe me, when you go to the studio, there's a lot of editing.
Yeah.
I found that out on the mixing part. There's a lot of editing.
I think it was the solid rhythm section that made it all.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
It was.
Never a double take.
He got a double take from me as soon as he walked in the door. I'm like, oh, that's a handsome man
That's
right
another
there.
story. Yeah.
That's one of those sexy boy there. One sexy boy. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
So there you go. You're recording in Kansas City. You got Aaron, the producer / engineer, who's got gold records on the wall. We talked about it a little bit before.
And Aaron raises chickens.
Oh, yes, he does.
It always comes back to the
It's that.
chickens. We
Because
like
everything
chicken.
comes back to a chicken. Think about it.
What comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Both. And isn't chicken more healthier than beef?
I like my beef stuffed with chicken. A live otter stuffed with a dead otter.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk
Remember that
about
recipe. Yes, sir.
So you said something earlier about a magic word, and right before that you said "I believe." That is the magic word. Believe.
It's the
Believe is the magic word.
I
Yes,
knew it.
sir.
It was all there.
It's the phrase that
You're
pays.
destined for this.
BC Homegrown Believe is the new
Yep.
CD,
And I'm going to tell you what.
and there's no chicken songs.
No, there ain't no
There
chicken.
is on the next album. They're going to be the egg song.
Yes. Our
Proving
next album has
whether
the egg
it's the
song.
chicken or the egg.
Chickens could be red and black. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But we have an egg song that we'll be playing at the concert probably too. The 27th.
I am the Eggman.
Kind of. Yeah.
You're
It's
talking
actually
about
the egg song is actually about Brad. His wife still works, God bless her. Brad's retired, and the egg song's about her coming downstairs, and I'm always there in the morning too, and we're getting stoned, and she just tells Brad, "All I need you to do today is just give me a carton of eggs."
Man, that's a lot in a day.
Well, the song will tell you
The
that.
song as we go out.
And
for
you'll
eggs.
see, yeah.
And we're getting the buzz. Next thing you know, we're getting Cheetos and
Yeah.
then we've got the eggs.
Finally, we're in Minnesota. We don't know
Everything
why.
except eggs.
We never did get the eggs,
The
so that's
Somebody
what
mentioned an airplane, so we watched Airplane 1, and we
Yeah.
watched Airplane 2.
and the sequel,
And then
yes.
all of a sudden, my wife was pulling out, like, eggs! Eggs!
Exactly.
Eggs! And I actually had laid an egg right there. I was so
Right
nervous.
A total failure, man.
You casually mentioned the party coming up January 27th
Yes.
for the release. That'll be at the Lincoln Theater in Belleville, right?
Yes, sir. The historical Lincoln Theater, made in, built in 1918.
Yeah.
Haunted. Haunted is haunted. And
We like
It's
that.
only the downstairs part.
yeah, I don't go down there. Brad went
It's
down.
okay where
I
you
won't.
seated.
But seats 500. Man, the ceiling alone is 58 feet high.
Wow.
It's
It
going
is
to be.
huge.
It's going to have a big sound there.
The guy that's doing our video, I think he's going to have a drone. We're going to be doing a lot of videos for the concert, and it's drone capable. It's that high, I tell you what, it is so old style. It's like retro, man. A beautiful place to have a concert. It's going to be a beautiful place, and the acoustics there is amazing.
I think it's going to have a big rock sound. Yeah.
We get a lot of bands there. Like I think they just had Herman
Herman Herbert?
Foghat
Yeah.
Just
played
there.
a couple times.
Yeah,
different
Foghat
things
will
like
be
that.
coming again. We can't
Yeah.
say nothing, but
It's a slow ride. Let's just take
slow
it easy.
ride, man.
But anyway, so that is doors open 7 o'clock. And doors open at 6 o'clock. Concert starts at 7 o'clock.
And this is the album release?
We're going to do that album, and then we're going to do another set of all original music. So we'll do a set, which is the album. We'll take a little break to go potty, and then we'll come back. We'll do another set,
Take our Geritol.
which is another Geritol, whatever it takes.
Some
And,
intrigue at all. Keep you intriguing.
It's going to
Yes.
be a good evening. It's going to be a good evening of entertainment. I think people are going to hear all kinds of good music.
So that is.
Oh, I believe, yeah.
This is the release of the album that Dennis was holding there. The album "Believe," the one that you recorded in Kansas City studios. And I'm just going to take a guess that thanks to Aaron and these guys, and thanks to you being well prepared, this is not just an EP, but what I like to call a full release.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, the
yes,
best
It is.
kind of release is a full release.
yes.
Partial release just leaves you wanting to release the rest. So
We got it all out there in one release.
that's the way
They
that.
popped it right out.
Sorry.
And
Right,
practically a second album, it sounds like. If you're going to
Dude, we already got the music written
We already
put
got the
together
original
for a
second
second album, but just, trying to figure out how to get there to do that. Yeah.
Right, right.
Nice.
But yeah, we like doing the original stuff because every song we've played or written has a story to it. I mean, every song on that CD, we can tell you the reason why we wrote it and what it's about. That's the fun part.
Well, and there's everything, too. There's a lot of variety. There's everything from bluegrass-type
Oh, yeah.
songs to country rock to blues. I like a lot of variety for people. Like the instrumentation you're going to hear in this concert, there's going to be a guy that plays great, beautiful violin, fiddle. You got a sax guy, also plays harmonica. You got a guy who plays trombone and guitars.
And then we'll hit heavy metal, too.
There's just all kinds of music coming at you.
So let's talk about a few of those guys because we got Dave's sitting here, and Chuck and Brad, but we're missing Larry Vandiver.
Yes.
The drummer. He's
That's a machine.
He is a machine. That guy is the steadiest drummer I've ever
That's what
heard.
he
He's
said that,
fantastic.
That's what Aaron Connor said about Vandiver up at the studio.
Yeah.
He's a face machine.
Does he still teach over at SIUE? He did for a long time.
Yeah, I think
I don't think he does now, but his son's taking up that.
Okay.
Miles is doing a lot of that kind of stuff now.
So we also got Al Coleman?
Al Coalson. Yeah.
Al Coalson.
And Al plays with the Owls. And so he's our lead guitar guy. He just started with us. Al's been with us maybe a month, something like that. And so he's going to be providing lead guitar and some vocals.
Excellent.
And also plays trombone.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Slide trombone.
Slides it's the only way to do a trombone, but you got to slide it. You got to slide that trombone.
I like the unsliding trombone. It's just one note. It's just welded in spot.
That's a bugle.
Josh, your son.
Josh, my son, Josh
Plays
Cummins.
mandolin.
He plays mandolin. He's on the album, doing all the mandolin work on there. He may or may not be at the concert. He's got he's a 30-something guy. He got a lot of stuff going on, but hopefully he can.
Millennials.
I know we're older and we got nothing else to do, so we're going to be we're there.
So we gotta ask.
Gotta
Got a lot of
just
stuff,
leave
man.
it alone.
Busy people.
You gotta start living, man.
We gotta ask if Jeff Bensman's going to be there, or maybe Andy.
Jeff actually has a gig that night.
Oh,
so
good.
I talked
So
to him about this just the other day because I was going to at least give him tickets to come.
okay.
And he goes, dude, if I was available, I'd be wanting to play.
Yeah,
So
that's Jeff,
so
right?
he's got a gig there.
Andy might be available. Like, he's the good Bensman.
Is that the good one?
Or the lost Mercedes Bensman.
Oh, yeah. I like what you did there.
Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Bensman? All right. Also, fiddle player Grant Texier.
Texier.
Yes, absolutely.
And Grant came to us very recently, and he's going to do some great fiddle work for us. He's played with Smash Band before. He played with, what's the other
Just
band?
hanging out with Smash last night.
Whiskey River.
How's he doing?
Plays with Whiskey River.
Had some health issues, but he's hanging in there doing great. I just discussed this with him last night. He said all of his health troubles started at 70. I said, well, your warranty run out, brother.
That's it.
Of course it all.
Check engine lights on by now.
So they got Grant Texier.
I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it.
It's all right. Very French, parlez-vous français. That means
Right, exactly.
Anyway, kiss my derriere. That's who else we got here? Rich Pizzini.
And he's our sax guy and does harmonicas and vocals. So Rich does fantastic sax work.
I feel like I know that name, Rich Pizzini. Is he in other bands around the area?
I don't. Not hasn't been for a while. He used to be with the Yard Dogs.
There it is. The Yard. He's a distributor for liquor.
You know the guy.
I knew the name.
He's
It just
a
took
drug
me.
dealer.
It just took me a few minutes to. I kept going. Rich Pizzini.
Where'd you remember him at?
that name? The Yard Dogs.
Oh, we had him on?
Yeah, he played with the Yard Dogs for a lot of time.
Great little band, man.
Yep. So there you go. So that's your crew that's missing in action. That'll help round out the stage.
Yep.
And help round out the album also, I imagine. And
Absolutely.
And add a few textures in there. Wanted to give all those guys a shout out. So
that's coming up January 27th, the release party at Lincoln Theater in Belleville. But you guys are doing a New Year's Eve gig as the Screaming Eagles still.
That's true.
Right.
At the Chesterfield Bar in Chesterfield, Illinois.
Right. Sportsman Bar in Chesterfield, Illinois. Pigpen right now putting a CD right in front of the camera so everybody can check it out on YouTube when the video comes out. It's BC Homegrown. And the CD is called Believe. 9 songs, right?
Yep, 9 songs.
Just like the dead Aztec gods. Or anyway. BC
One of them
Homegrown.
might be in there even. You don't know.
You don't
It's
know.
3. I mean, all you need is eat some mushrooms and stay that hardcore.
Right, yeah.
You're drawing.
BCHomegrownmusic.com
Portobello, of course. Yeah.
is the place you go.
Mascaria.
BCHomegrownmusic.com. And that doesn't have psilocybin in it, right?
I wished it did.
The Amanita. Okay, just.
It's the reason we have Christmas.
I just like to get
That's
the
it.
facts straight, Pigpen. Anyways,
All right. So
New Year's Eve, we were talking about the Screaming Eagles Jam Band playing the Sportsman's Bar in Chesterfield. You guys also got an acoustic gig on the 19th of January, right at Locke's Brick House.
That's true. Yeah, Friday night. That's just Chuck, myself, and Larry doing that one. So.
Yeah, there you go.
The broke down 3-piece, right?
Yeah.
Broken down pallet right there.
Broke back 3-piece.
And you can check out some of these songs at bchomegrownmusic.com and also a video for Sippin' Moonshine, right?
That's true. Yeah, on YouTube.
Yep, we're on YouTube.
We got more of those coming, too. We want to get some more videos coming. I hear that's the way to go these days.
Well, for sure.
We're trying to enter that world of video.
These kids at their MTV.
We're not very photogenic. Maybe better if people didn't see us. I don't know. I just a thought. But,
Well, we're ugly, but we ain't
Sound
shy.
That's true.
Yeah, we're ugly, but we're not shy.
Yeah, you
Not
put
at all.
Jeff on that video, so I mean,
You don't, there you go.
He's good looking.
Yeah, he's a pretty boy.
Yeah.
We'll put him on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man. He's got a sultry voice.
Yes.
some outtakes from the studio, right?
Yep.
And loading up, that type of thing.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
on the video. Yeah, it's mostly they're at the studio and at the house.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the studio, I want to go back to this for a minute because since we talked about that just a second ago, I listed Larry and Al, Josh Grant, all these people, and you're like, oh, they played on the album, they played on. So this was in Kansas City. How many people did you get to go to Kansas City to help with this? Like, how many musicians did you have? 12, 10?
We had all 6 or 7 guys. I
Seven.
think. Yeah,
Seven?
I rented a house. It went on, Airbnb. This old house in Hyde Park, district of Kansas City. It was like a 3-story house. Actually had servant stairs. I mean, it was that old.
Old place,
Some
yeah.
doctor or something owned it
Very
back in the
nice.
day. It was built in the 1850s, historical registered home. That's where we
Right.
crashed.
Nice.
Very
Now,
nice.
now it's you said Airbnb. This is off topic, but it's bed and breakfast. Do you ever get a breakfast at one of those things?
No, we
Yeah.
never.
It's bad advertising.
And they didn't
That's where
even-
they clean up stuff. They want you to take the trash out, put the linens on the
I'm
bed.
just saying, if it's a bed and breakfast and there's no bed or no breakfast, that's the worst case of false advertising since the
I agree.
never-ending story.
Yeah,
Because that thing was over in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I wanted my money back.
So did you guys get
An hour and a half. That's it.
I don't know. I have no
you guys get some footage of that place that might be in a future video?
Well, there's some footage of it in that video.
Okay,
It actually is.
you know.
That house is featured in the video. Other than that, I don't know if there's much footage of
They
it.
had a
or
big
not.
front
Probably, I
porch,
bet you
a big
right.
old style front porch. We'd go out there and sit and play a little bit of music after we get back from the studio, which was like 12, 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
And then some of the guys were still hyped. We did go out on that front porch, start playing. And next thing you know, all the people across the street start coming out and listening to that. And then one day we were real tired. We just all went straight in, and some guy was walking by and he was, hey, you guys going to play some stuff tonight? No, man, I think some guys crashed.
Well, it was cool. It was across the street. They had that old hotel complex. It was called
Yeah.
the Morning Wood.
And then took it all out.
The Morning Wood Hotel. I'm not doing it. We've arrived.
You're right. The Morning Wood.
We're in Kansas City. What part of Kansas City?
Down.
Hyde Park, which
Hyde
is
Park,
called
yeah.
like Central. It's Central Village or something like that. And I forget the name of the street. It had an odd name. Wyandotte. Wyandotte Avenue is where it was at. But it's real close to all things downtown.
What do you call that place?
I think they call it
What is that?
Midtown.
It's like
Yeah,
3/4 of a mile outside the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just the Morning Wood sounds interesting enough to make the drive.
Yeah.
I just to get a picture of the sign. But I told you it was a good name. My wife said I should never name a business this. I know it was a child care, but whatever. Morning Wood daycare.
That's just wrong on so many levels here.
It's only going to get
You
worse.
allowing this? What's happening?
This is right up my alley. I like it. Yeah.
I'm all for it.
I think Dennis would be
100%.
Really?
Yeah, so there you go. That's at the Morning Wood Hotel. So that's right across the street from your Airbnb.
We were there.
There you
We
go.
were there.
Oh man, now
Yeah.
did the picture of that make it in the video? That's
Well, there's infringement rights, copyrights. You can't be, they got their name up there. Want to do that? So
whatever. We know guys who've been sued by David Crosby up to 3 or 4 times. It's fine, man.
Right,
It's not even a
right.
big deal, man.
Oh, you mean Rogers and Needhouse?
It's right.
Right.
I actually wanted to take a selfie in the morning, I signed the background myself.
See, once again,
Good morning from
Pigman,
Hawaii.
the bass player, right?
Oh yeah.
You don't even know he's there, and then all of a sudden there's that riff.
Yep.
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
nail it.
That's how the bass player works, you know.
It's weird. The interviews go the same way.
I know. They're
Downhill or in the ditch.
They're silent. You would miss them if they were gone.
I was just thinking, I need to get Chuck in here saying something, and bam, there it is.
He's stealth like that, dude. You gotta watch it.
I just hold it down.
Okay. Now,
That's what the
Chuck,
bass player does. He holds it down.
He holds it all down.
Keeps the butt shaking.
I'm going to ask him a direct question.
Oh no.
You play with the Owls band, is that right?
I do,
Yeah.
but I'm a guitar player and a keyboard player. in the
Okay.
Girls Band. Been with them 18 years.
18
That
years,
band's been
man.
around a long time, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I just saw you guys a couple months ago out of Bakers and Hale, sitting out there, and man, it was a fine job, because as long as the Owls have been around,
Thank you.
I hadn't seen you yet.
Yeah.
And, you know, like we were talking with the last band.
A lot of places they play, they won't let you in, Pigman.
Well, you know,
That's why you had to catch them outdoors.
am I kicked out of all Piggly Wigglies or just the one? I don't even know.
So it's corporate. You might probably all of them, buddy.
So many sundown
Hey, you,
towns.
look at Pigman. You've probably been kicked out of better places than that.
I've been
anyway.
kicked out of better, I've been kicked out of worse. It's
Right.
all the same. You know, I mean, I've only been physically thrown out of a few. I usually leave when they ask me to. You know,
It's come to that.
I usually try to leave when
Move on.
they ask me to, but I've been chucked out of a few. Even had the cops called because we broke a chair on the way out over my head. I don't know how that happened.
You must stay pretty busy then, Chuck, because the Owls play all the time.
Yeah.
These guys play pretty regular, so.
And he's in other bands.
This year was rough, man.
What else are you
This
in?
year, Climate Band.
Oh, Climate Band.
I play guitar.
So
With Kenny McPeak.
Right, you've already been down there to host the new open mic in May.
Oh, yeah.
Last Sunday,
Yeah.
Well, Brett, you
got
guys
another
down
one
there
coming up too.
a couple weeks ago. That's a great thing. What
Yeah.
McPeak Ken's doing. Really good.
Max Time Out Sundays 3 to 7, which is the same time they did the one down at Martin's, right?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
And I
Now
think
you
he's
got
doing
that-
really well.
Yeah, we're one of the host bands. Chuck and myself and Jeff Tolley. It's been lately. We're the Misfit Toys. But
Okay.
Kenny's the drummer
Okay.
for that one.
Yeah, I heard Brad Hampton's been coming down there to give
Brad's been there a lot. Yeah.
Kenny a break.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
And he does a great job.
because down at Martin's, Kenny would be like the only drummer.
Yeah.
Quite
I'll
often.
tell you what, most of the time anymore I get there, there's 3 or 4 drummers.
That's
Usually.
nice.
There's usually at least 3 or 4 that show up.
So is Larry getting down there?
He does once in
All
a while,
right.
yeah.
Nice.
It's tough to get Larry to play.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, he
Larry
wants to
likes
take
come
a
out and
break.
watch a little bit.
I think he just wants to give other guys a shot.
I think that's how Larry is.
He is.
He's a voyeur. He
Yeah,
likes
yeah.
watching.
He watches. I love that word.
I never thought of it that way. Might be true. I don't know. We'll have to ask him about that.
So you guys enjoyed the Kansas City. What was the name of the studio again?
Cypher Sound Studio.
Cypher Sound Studio. You enjoyed that experience enough and had such a great experience. You're already talking about album Dose.
Oh, yes.
And hopefully it's a nice strong dose. And are you thinking about going back to Kansas City?
I would definitely go back there.
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah. I've actually already sent Aaron some of the song ideas, to get his take on it and really pull him more into the producer. I'm kind of last on whoever I can get in that's in. I'm trying to pull him in.
That's good.
Just need to be another member of the band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got him involved in that work already. I'm behind the scenes. We've got enough on the plate right now out front,
We'll do it.
but it's like, I'm going to get there. Yeah. I want to get
Yeah.
back to that.
I was just curious because we were talking about how many guys, how many people you took there, and I mean you got an
And it's a lot to ask guys. I mean, you think about it. We're there for 4 days. I mean,
Yeah.
these guys got to give up, to take work off, whatever they got to do.
You say that because you're a good person and a fellow musician. You understand what it takes to do that. Meanwhile, people ask everyone, "Oh, come to Mexico for my wedding. It's going to be great. A 12-hour flight." Yeah, it's a lot to ask people. So just stop. No, I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's true, though. It is. That's true.
So that I was as we were talking it all through, I thought, I wonder if they're going to try and drag all these people back to Kansas City.
Absolutely.
Or
Oh, yeah.
how many of them will go?
Aaron likes that guy, and that's one thing I liked about him as an engineer. He likes to actually record the stuff live.
Yeah.
You're facing each other.
Yeah,
He sets it all up, old school. microphones on drums, everything you got, and then you can go back and dub parts. But
Right.
he wants that song coming out of you at the same time.
I so much prefer that.
Yeah,
Hey, let's get the drums
Like
down.
your
and
point about
go
jamming,
around.
there's an energy. There's an energy you're trying to get.
You're listening and you're responding to what's happening.
That's right.
A jam machine needs to be fed.
Yeah.
Sure, we can all start off with this thing, but the more you feed, the more that it'll be responded to.
Yeah.
You know what else I think it does sometimes is you forget your recording. Because
you're just
thinking your recording will work against you.
Well, it does. You
most of the
put a
time.
pressure on yourself.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah.
trying those things, sanitize, and we play with each other. You can see they got to pick your nose, you stick your tongue out, whatever you can do,
Yeah.
make it lighter.
Right,
Get in the moment.
Yeah.
And I think
jamming.
and you feed off each other, when you do that. So I love that about Aaron. His setup was a big central room, and then all around it were isolation rooms. So he put all your amps in the isolation rooms,
Yeah.
so he could mic them, get kind of get that isolated.
Sure.
But you were out in the middle. All the players were out in the open.
You're playing together, but he's keeping the bleed over of the mics
That's right.
as separate as he can. Now, are you using like any of your monitors at this point?
We did all headphones. Yeah, everybody had headphones, is what I recall.
And that again keeps the bleed over from even the vocal mics.
Absolutely.
Down, so you get a chance where you get to jam live without, but everybody's segregated for in the miking situation.
That's right.
Right.
So he was very good at all that. The guy had like 85. When I got there, he goes, I got 85, like high-end microphones. Like, okay, wow, that's a lot of. So he got any mic you can imagine. He goes, this is the microphone that Michael Jackson recorded on. Okay,
Right.
This is G.G. Allen's microphone. It don't smell so good.
But what's really the coolest thing about that studio, though, without a doubt in my mind, was his control room. Because you were like on the Starship Enterprise.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he still had the old analog board. That thing was as long as this table to that wall.
Yeah.
Big old, and then all he used was a computer. He was a couple knobs on it. It was just there still.
This is the mixer Fleetwood Mac refused to play through.
Yeah. And it was just, you're looking at this panoramic view of the thing. And
Did he say that mixer was actually used on Allman Brothers?
Yes,
Yeah.
the Allman Brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an antique vintage mixer.
They got a history. Edwardsville has a history. They had the Allman Brothers there. 38 Special had been there before.
Puddle Bud does it.
Puddle Bud does their stuff there.
38 Special. Donnie's the worst of the bands, Anson.
I think Guy and Ralna and Lawrence Welk,
Yes, oh,
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
Okay, I'm waiting. Okay, the best one I ever heard from bands coming in here about boards that they recorded on was that Dolly Parton leaned on this board.
Oh.
There's still marks there.
can still see the imprints. Just condensation was all you really see.
I forgot who that was, but yeah.
No, you're not watching.
I'm drawing a blank on which band that was, but yeah, we did hear that story.
You ever seen a guy motorboat a soundboard before? Come on down to our studio.
Yeah.
Like a NASCAR race.
Just think all the sliders she kicked up when she leaned over there.
How come everything's on 11?
All right, so we got New Year's Eve weekend coming up. You guys are going to be doing the Screaming Eagles at the Sportsman Bar in Chesterfield for New Year's Eve. But I'm going to go over some of the stuff that's happening this weekend. We mentioned Friday night, Coolver's Culture Night with Hope and Therapy down at the Conservatory.
Nice.
Lazy Lester out at the 501 Blues Club in Highland on Friday. On Saturday, scruffy-looking Nerve Herder will be at the Lyles in Maryville from 7 to 10. And down at the Lincoln Theater, where you guys will be playing on the 27th of January for the release party, they're going to do a comedy night down there.
That's right.
So Jeff Bance, Julian Watkins, Taji, and Eric Rusler down at the Lincoln Theater on Saturday. And this year, New Year's Eve falls on Sunday, and Toxic Johnny is going to be playing the Warehouse after all the bars close, and there's none other open. The private club, the Warehouse, right here in Alton. Good luck getting in. That's all I got to say.
If you do get in, the music will go till the sun is up.
That's right.
So that's,
Right on.
And you might be coming from the conservatory, where, check this out,
all right.
a Spilly New Year's Eve
Oh, nice.
with Lofty's Comment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good double header for New Year's Eve right
Yeah.
there, man.
$10 includes food and a midnight champagne toast. 9 o'clock at the conservatory for New Year's Eve. And check this out. New Year's Eve in our area,
Yeah.
none other than the voice, Ruby Lee.
Nice.
He'll be playing
Yep.
and,
Girl.
at the Legion in Edwardsville. And check out this name for an opening act. No Rich Around. Featuring Melody LeBron and Becca Harper, 6 o'clock, and that's a $75 ticket that includes a dinner of your choice. So
Is that, where's that at?
that's at the Legion
At the Legion.
in Edwardsville.
I was drinking down at the Legion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So Ruby Lee at the Legion, $75 for New Year's Eve includes dinner.
Yeah.
For that price. So
It's
there you go.
steak or pork tenderloin.
I
do my research.
wine with my chicken and white wine with my steak. I don't think they really care.
Also going on New Year's Eve, Soul Sign Group. They'll be at the Moose in Edwardsville. 5 Point Plan.
Yeah.
5 Point Plan out of Wigglers and Holiday Shores, starting at 8:30. Blues and Grass, 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. at Hooch and 16s in Granite City. Hey, look, BC Homegrown, 8 p.m. to 12 a.m., which is actually Screaming Eagles Jam Band still, at the Sportsman Bar in Chesterfield. Been to the Sportsman Bar before?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We played there this summer. Great group
Okay.
of people.
Okay.
A small bar, but a little shotgun bar. But they say that their New Year's Eve is hoopty. So
Nice.
there's a lot of love in there.
Yeah.
I was going to say, not a lot to do in Chesterfield, so, you know,
No.
most of the town will probably be there.
Well, yeah,
Right.
about 20 of them.
Paul Pickens isn't open, so on New Year's Eve.
Is
I
that
don't
Chesterfield, Illinois?
Chesterfield, Illinois.
I was thinking Chesterfield, Missouri for some reason when you said that. I'm like, there's a lot in that town.
Oh yeah, I think there's a total difference there.
There's a train that goes around the diner. What they got. Yeah, not a lot in Chesterfield, Illinois, other than Wild Pickens. What was
Yeah.
the name of that
Right.
place?
Sportsman Bar.
Sportsman Bar.
Sportsman
There
Bar.
you go. So
So there you go. That's the New Year's Eve lineup for our area, and you can check these guys out for their release party on the 27th
yeah.
of January at Lincoln Theater in Belleville. The CD is called Believe.
You can get that on bchomegrownmusic.com.
That's right, and you can sample it there too.
Yeah, sure.
You got the singles. What is it?
Vinyl, we have vinyl,
Right.
CDs, and USBs. So
Right,
whatever
so you can pick one of those up. You got your T-shirts.
got T-shirts.
Right.
Got that merch going.
And some of the singles on there, what is it? Wires?
6 wires.
Yeah.
That's a rocker.
And You Were Always There.
You always there? Come love song.
We mentioned the video for Sippin' Moonshine
Yeah.
and Hard Bargain, all on there. You can check them out.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not forget Road Trip.
That was good.
I'm not sure if that's on the website. I was going off the website one.
Now, on the website.
Well, we don't have all of them there for
Right.
individual.
Right.
I
Yeah.
just saw the word trip and I got comment on it.
But everyone has a favorite place to get their digital downloads, right? And stream stuff. And you guys are on all that, I'm sure, with the digital.
Well, we haven't done a lot of that yet. So
Okay.
like Spotify's and all,
Right.
we haven't really done that yet.
By New Year's Eve, you'll have it.
We could.
Yeah.
By then.
You'll be thinking about that second album too much. You know?
No,
Yeah.
we play all the time.
Forget to promote the first album. Let's just go to the second.
Well, yeah, what the heck?
That's what the fun part is, creating it and playing, not
Yeah, the same way I got
Just
really.
listen to my song. And I'm just gonna play it, man. If you like it, you like
Like it or don't, what the
Yeah.
hell?
And by the way, here's some more. You know,
it. Right. First one's free, man.
Yeah, but you guys got to remember, the fans want a place to go listen to it,
Yeah.
so you got to do it. You got to
Yeah.
do the streaming. You got to do
You
it.
know,
all.
if they don't like it,
We do have to do it.
I mean, you know, other than that, you should like the music. I'm not being prejudiced. If you can't find something there that you really enjoy on that CD,
Right,
you're crazy. Then you don't know music.
right.
All right. Justified, Red and Black. All these songs are amazing.
So I only listen to psychedelic polka music. Is there any
Oh, yeah, you like that.
psychedelic?
Really,
You don't like
on
Red
there.
and Black, then. You don't like Red and Black.
you have to stand on your head though when you listen.
That's the only way I listen to music.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it any other way.
But
Alright.
yeah, that's want people to go out, check it out. We're trying to do something old style.
Right.
Which is why we haven't done this too. We haven't actually had advice to say, why don't you just stick with the album?
Maybe, yeah.
You know, I don't know. You know what the answer is.
Hey, it can't hurt.
Well, and again, right.
I think it's like one price. So you upload your stuff, you get it on Amazon, you get it on all these major places. It gets streamed on Spotify. You make no money.
Right.
But it's out there.
But it's exposure.
One night, you're talking to a guy at a bar, Dave,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, all I got Spotify. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Because that's how a lot of people are.
You're right. We
Right.
do need to. We need to probably think
Exactly
about
right.
And, he's pulling it up on his phone going, why aren't you guys showing up?
Right. No, we've had that a couple of times. Like, hey, get the CD. Get the clip, buy the album. The other theory is talk to some people that know music. Some of the KC people can't mention their names, but they actually love the Yeah, really. But they actually like the idea of what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
They're saying, hey, this hasn't been done, and I can't.
Maybe there's a reason for that. Yeah, that's
Right. And there might be a reason for that, but we want to do it this way because I really believe if you listen to the music and watch the band, Dad talked about earlier, there's some magic that goes on. It really does with these guys. And I can say that because I am in it. I can watch it, and I see it all the time.
Yeah.
It's a great buzz just to go watch them play all the time, even in practice.
It does help if you're stoned, though.
Well, I am. So, other than that,
What makes music psychedelic?
Yeah.
Psychedelics.
There you
Just
go.
makes everything psychedelic.
You do that.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, everywhere I go is Highland.
We
I know.
Yeah, we don't like lowly. Lowly.
Patent pending.
Lowly's not good.
And
He got it. Oh, yeah.
That was his joke. I was there at the end, patent pending. I used it against him. He can't use that joke now.
I can't
Without
do
my
anything
permission.
anymore. I will say this. I'm working on something that you might, in this whole Spotify streaming war type thing. I'm trying to invent a gun that you can pass by somebody and shoot your music into their computer. I call it the YouTube gun.
I like it. I like
You
it.
just force your music on everybody, but think you got music. Yeah,
whether you like it or not.
Want it or not, here it is.
Like a music injection.
Delete that from iTunes.
I'm still trying. I hate you, Bono. Admittedly, that was a really bad move on their part. But I mean, if you hadn't worn such cool sunglasses, we wouldn't even know Africa existed.
Right.
So we got to give credit where credit's due. Thank you, Bono. All right, so there you go, man. The Streaming Eagles Jam Band.
It's converging into BC Homegrown
That is
right before your very eyes.
Right before your very eyes,
It is
a transformation.
metamorphosis.
We're kind of in the pupa stage or whatever right
Hey,
now.
you
Yeah.
can't say that on the radio.
Pupa?
It's a family
Okay.
show. It's a family show.
We're gonna be like a chrysalis.
Yeah, you can't do that.
We're gonna
Don't say
be- You know there's got to be psychedelics involved. There's no way all that stuff is happening. Well, I almost did it again. I
Yeah,
went to
you did
stuff.
great. No, you
I did
stopped.
go to stuff.
Yeah, I know.
I have grandchildren, so I can. That was Chuck, the cusp.
So the fellows we have sitting in here with us are Dave, who
David Curtis.
He claims to not have talent, not be part of the band.
Hey.
But
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, brother. Thank
Yeah,
you,
right.
you too.
I say that to all the strippers.
I cut him
off. We've also got Chuck.
Yep.
Plays bass along with many other instruments, but mainly bass in this particular.
In this particular
And like every band I've been in, we always keep some meat and cheese to feed the bass players. I hope they're taking care of you.
Don't forget to thank him for the service.
And thank you for your service. You were one of the original pole dancers from the east side.
Yes, sir.
That's why they shut it down, actually.
Thanks for remembering.
I used to have to clean the pole after you. It was like, oh, right, roast, dude.
There's that fiddle again.
Life is better.
I didn't want to know what that's all about.
And we've got Brad, guitarist, vocalist, and
All around
good guy.
Just all around
I'll
good
make
guy.
sure they put it on your
That's
tombstone.
me, dude. That ought to be there.
All around. good guy.
I love the fact that you got the jam band that's playing all the covers and going out and getting the gigs, but then you got the BC Homegrown, sort of the same situation, but handling the original, because it's always fun to have both sides.
So yeah,
Yeah.
let's clarify that a little. So BC Homegrown is going to evolve, and Screaming Eagles Jam
I
Band is
think
going to
that's going to
dissipate.
really go away. It's
Right.
got a following, so I'm trying to utilize that, to bring people into the fold of
Gotcha.
the BC Homegrown.
But BC Homegrown is going to be doing cover gigs, right?
Well, I mean, I don't.
I'm wondering.
Maybe not. It may not be.
Okay. Just
We
checking.
may have to find other avenues for guys. Like Chuck's got a couple bands he does, so he gets his cover fix. I think some of the guys in the band don't want to do that anymore.
Okay.
They just want to do original music.
Just gonna shoot a straight question to you, because I think I may or may not know the answer. But if you picked a favorite band right off the top of your head,
Oh, like mine?
just
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin. Okay.
Nice.
So Led Zeppelin did covers.
Everybody does it.
Everybody does. That's why it doesn't really matter what your answer was, because every band do. Yeah.
Who doesn't
So
do covers?
so when you say, "Well, I'm not going to do covers,"
Well, I mean, as a staple, though, like a whole evening of
Right.
covers. We may not do that.
I
Like my vision would be, even if we did a bar, we would still do our original music.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Yeah.
you sprinkle them in between the other songs,
Yeah.
and then you play stuff that you love too.
Yeah.
So
if someone asks you if that's an original and it's the bar owner, all you have to say is, no, it was Three Dog Night.
There you go.
They'll buy it. Pat Liston told us that.
He has to know, I'm sure.
That would know. Right.
an old trick that still works.
Yeah. But yeah, I think
song that's is that the original? Oh no, that's Rare Earth, man. Those guys are great.
so. We did it both ways. We started out all original. We started playing for bikers. We had to play 12 hours. We had to do covers. There wasn't a choice.
There was no way you get
And I think, it works out in today's world way better than it used to. When you drop in an original, all the bar owners really care about is how much beer is flowing.
I honestly don't think they could care less.
I don't think they do.
If people are having a good time enjoying it,
Right.
they don't care.
That was the main thing. We play every fifth song. We play 4 covers in a row and then play one of ours. And, so, because
As long as that register keeps ringing, they don't care.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. Sell the beer.
Mhm.
That's what matters.
That is still the thing.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, it's volume. And that's what's good, like our home bar.
Right.
We're fortunate that we have a nice following.
Yeah, I can see it now. BC Homegrown, can you play Locke's Brick House and play some of those songs you used to? You're going to do it, guys.
I hope so, brother. We're praying for that. We are praying for that.
We are out of time, buddy. We appreciate you guys finally coming in, getting to meet you and talk to you here on the radio.
Thanks for having us. It's been a great experience.
Thanks to Halpin Music Company and to Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of everywhere, including the Stubblefield Band. We love you, man.
He's in my dreams. He's everywhere.
Yeah, be safe out there celebrating the new year and get out and support local music and art.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Good.
Excellent
Good
time.
job.
Thanks, fellas.
Thank you very much.
Good time, man.
Hey, we'll get you tickets too. We'll get you guys tickets.
All
You wanna go?
right.
Don't forget to want to go.
Yeah.
We're having a what do they call it? A post party at the
Postmortem. I think they call it postmortem.
Postmortem party. Yeah, the gal that owns the copper fire.
Yeah.
She wants us to have a thing after the concert over there.
They're doing such a cool thing down there with that experience.
Oh man, I'm gonna take a run. I hadn't been down there.
It does. So cool.